Gav said that Otto might know something.
Goodness, you're as pale as a poltergeist. Why don't you sit down and have a nice bowl of Molly's Brown?
A shadow looming in his path is life hung by a thread. Yet still he clung unto the mast and bellowed, "All ahead!"
You don't know what you're talking about. The odour's what gives Chance's stew its, depth. And that's what makes it superior to any old lizard livers.
Oh, please. Have you even tried the fried mortress? Taste, smell, texture. It beats your beloved stew hands down on every count. Now that's a masterpiece.
We all know that bearers have a resilience to the ill effects of ether. But don't you find it strange that there are those who, despite being free of magic's burden, can seemingly pass through a flood without consequence? I asked our luresman how this could be, and he suggested that it might have something to do with bloodlines. Many of the realm's dominants are born to specific families, you see. The Rasfields, the Lesages. So there must be something in those families' blood that provides them with the potential to become vessels for icons. But what about the ones who don't awaken? Could it be that this same potential provides them with something of the same immunity? Your uncle's recent travels with you across the ether-ravaged countryside would certainly suggest so. And yet, what about Gav? Well, in smaller, more isolated populations, bloodlines are less diluted. Hence, Shiva's dominant sometimes awakening in the child of a common northerner. And our scouts not having turned 100 times over.
Let me help. I know my letters. Most of them anyway.
Very well. The more eyes we have poring over these tomes, the sooner we'll find answers about these skies.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts? Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. You are always welcome, Clive.
imps are going to break.
Welcome back, Sid. Shout if you need topping up. Oh, keep your mug handy.
Still alive, are you? That great lump. No. If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Is that all?
If it's knowledge you seek, we've tomes aplenty to guide you in your search.
Those tones were...
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, right? You can thank me later. My best work, but it'll do. And?
Oh! There's no one like our Nan. Your lad's worth double that. And I've never looked back. Be seeing ya.
Do you have a name, doggy? I'd call you Torgal, but that one's already taken.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
My Lord Marquis, I heard about Eastpool. That some of my fellow Guardians are to build a new home there. Both for themselves and for Madame Martha's bearers. Is it true?
It's true. The village is to be rebuilt.
I have many fond memories of Eastpool. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. They would lavish attention upon me as if I were the son they never had. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but not nearly as often as I should have.
Oscar, I'd like you to assist Sir Wade in the rebuilding efforts.
But my lord, my training is not yet complete. I couldn't possibly.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters, but I'm not as hard-hearted as that. Go. Be with your aunt. Rebuild her home. Is what she would have wanted.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord. I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport, but as soon as the rebuilding work is complete, I promise to return.
He's a surly soaker.
The realm's crops are all being harvested early.
If the plants here in our garden cannot draw enough nourishment from the sun, we must provide it to them through alternative means. Via the soil, perhaps.
A trader from across the sea once told me that on the continent they play music for their crops. Have you got that, Montana?
Sid! Heard you were in Canva fetching young Ned.
I was thinking I might pen a novel of my own. To tell the story of the Hideaway. I change all the names, of course. Well, except for mine, that is.
Miss Shirley, how can we learn to be clever like Miss Middledole?
You can start by paying attention during your lessons.
Do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is all right.
That leather loosener was only the first of the discoveries the Alembic gonna help us make. Just you wait, Sid. Just you wait!
Will we ever see the sky again?
Have you noticed there are more ether floods these days? Some say the skies are to blame, but then there were ether floods before all this, weren't there? Makes you wonder.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, then...
Master Sid, have you seen His Highness the Prince? We were to dine together, or so I was going to suggest. Before he vanished, that is. I suppose now I'll just have to ask the Bard.
Your brand. You're going to have it removed then?
What choice am I? It's the only way they'll take me into the curse.
It says here that once turned,
and Akashic is forever lost.
What's due to my boils if Tyre ain't around, eh?
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? Come again. I may have more for you.
We'll be heading back to Canberra soon. You'll let us know if you need an escort.
Is it full of ether?
Oh, indeed. My men and I lost an entire day.
What will it be today? Allow me to educate you. One must understand one's place in the world.